which is awesome. I know Funny 820. You guys are in Hamilton.
Yeah.
People tell me I think they hear me on it sometimes.
Yes.
I live in Toronto, which is I thank you for that.
Oh, well, my pleasure.
I'm dealing with special needs Manoli. I sent him a text an hour ago, and I said, "Hey, dude, did you send me the? With him, everything's dude." I go, "Dude, did you send? Yeah, dude, I sent you, dude. Mike sent it, dude. Dude, I'm a dude.
We go live,
dude.
We are live.
We're live.
Manolis.
We're live.
Yeah, no, I'm a Manolis. And it's like, I love Manolis. We have the same dad, right? But we have different moms. I don't know if you knew that because all Greeks are related.
We are live on Facebook. This is Friday at 4:20, another Zoom edition. And my name is Mike Neighbors from Funny 820, the host of the show. For the next 40 minutes, we are going to do our very best to make you laugh or at least entertain you in some form or fashion. Let's go around the horn. I quickly want to introduce the panel and get to our special guest. So I'm not going to introduce what square you're on because it shows up on Facebook differently than on my computer. So I'm just going to say, annoying me from somewhere on my computer screen, it's Patrick Capolino.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Patrick.
Hey, man.
Hello.
Are you good?
I'm very good, yeah.
We were just had a nice conversation about how you're absolutely lighting up the world of poker. You're going to be at the next Poker Stars, aren't you?
Yeah, until I lose it all.
Until you lose
so far,
it all.
so good.
Well, speaking of somebody who's lost it all many times over, please say hello to Manolis Zontanos.
Ganis.
Hey, take a knee, buddy. How are you?
Good, good.
Take a knee. Yeah. What? I'm looking at your chin here. What are you trying to show me? Did you get your teeth done or something?
Manolis.
What?
Does he say it wrong, Angelo?
What did you?
Ganis.
It's not that. That's the only thing Manolis knows how to say in Greek.
Tikanis.
He goes to Greece. He goes to Kalamata every year for like 40 years, and he still can't speak Greek. It's amazing, Patrick.
I know how to say Tikanis. I can say hello.
Yeah, Tikanis. And it's like, what's going on, dude? How are you, dude? Hey, Patrick looks high. How do you play poker high, Patrick? I don't know.
I'm not.
You look freaking high.
Before you run away with our show, please let us introduce our very special guest coming to us all the way from California. He's got the stogie. He's on the balcony. He's ready to entertain. Please welcome Angelo Tsarouchas to the show. Angelo!
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how are you, my friend?
How are you? I like feta cheese. I'm good, Mike. How are you? I'm just in one of those moods today, dude. It's hot here. Dude, it's hot. I'm not working. I'm unemployed. And I want to murder my family. I'm just losing my shit here. But I'm fine. I'm great. Yeah, everything's great. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Is it? Okay, so you know what? Let's just get your lay of the land because you are in LA. Things have been like crazy. Like the pandemic was crazy enough, and then we layered in a whole bunch of extra crazy on top of it. So talk to us a little bit about where you are and kind of how that's been for you over the last few weeks.
It's been I live in Studio City up in Valley Village here. So and my wife's from California, so I'm a Canadian, of course, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, from Montreal, from Montreal, grew up in Ottawa, lived in Toronto, lived in Vancouver, went to England, ended up here, like all comedians, nomads. And yeah, I mean it's been great. The weather's good. It's 100 degrees today. It's sunny. People eat avocado, they hug trees, they go hiking, all that shit. And we've had, unfortunately, the last couple of weeks have been crazy here because on top of the COVID pandemic, we had this horrible killing of a guy who just wrote a bad check, really big deal, or it was $20 bill. Yeah. And they burned down America. And then we had an earthquake a couple of days, too, 5.5.
Oh, wow.
So the only thing missing are the fires, the locusts, and then call it a day, right? Just call it a day, Mike. That's all it is.
Angelo, we are so pleased that you've found a few minutes out of the craziness to spend a little bit of time with us, with Manolis, your fellow Greek, although I don't think you really want to claim him at this point.
I'm saying it right. Tikanis.
I know, but that's not the point, dude. That's the only thing you know how to say. Tikanis, Pame Volta.
Fellow Nero. I can see that.
He knows Malacca.
Malacca. Well, Malacca's the right one, Patrick, to describe that. That's a great adjective. But Thelo, no. So all he knows how to say is, "How are you? I want water." All the Greek chicks are wet for you now, Manolis. It's unbelievable. Oh my God, he's such a master of the Greek language.
See, he thought "want water" was "Are you wet for me?" That's what he thought.
Is that what it was? Yeah, it must have been that, Mike. Must have been that. You know what? I love Manolis. He'll just show up, right? You could be anywhere, Kathmandu, Halifax, LA, and then you'll be standing in there, and then the guy shows up and goes, "Hey, dude, what's going on, dude? Oh, hey, Manolis, what are you doing in Kathmandu? Oh, I had a gig up here in Nepal, man."
Mike, you know that story about me running the border?
Yeah.
He was there that night.
I was there.
Oh, yeah.
Who gets high with weed in the car and decides from Hamilton to Niagara Falls, I'm going to cross Lewistown border to go to the USA?
I got lost.
And he got lost because he couldn't see the American and Canadian flag. And then he crosses the border and it says, "Oh, dude, I'm high. I got drugs in my trunk. I better go home now." Runs the border, gets to it was with Frank Spadone. He gets the yuck yucks and he's like, "Dude," I go, "What happened?" I got lost because I've only lived in Hamilton my entire life, and I don't even know where Niagara Falls is because there's signs every 4 kilometers that say Niagara Falls, and I just decided I had to go to the United States. And when the border guy pulled him over and asked him, "What were you doing?" "Oh, dude, I went to Buffalo to have some pizza with my cousin." "Okay, pull over, dude." And then he took off. And then I think when the RCMP and border guard met Manolis, we were outside of the club at Yuck Yucks, they realized that there was something wrong with him. And the guy looked at him, RCMP, and the guy looked at the other guy. I was right there, and they looked at each other like, "Okay, there's something wrong with this guy." And believe it or not, anybody else would have been in jail for 10 years, and Manolis got a $200 fine.
Yeah.
For being special needs autistic.
Thank God.
And I looked at him, and I swear to God, I love Manolis. I say it with love. Manolis is smart. But that day, I looked at him and go, "How did you cross the border that says USA?" "Dude, I don't know, dude. I got lost, dude."
Yeah, that's it.
You've lived in Hamilton your whole fucking life, and you somehow this specific day, Manolis thought, "I'm gonna go." And then when the guy asked him, "What were you doing here?" instead of saying, "I got lost," dude, I went to Buffalo for some wings and pizza.
Yeah, it was. You were there for me, man.
Wait, why didn't you just tell them that you made a mistake?
Because I've been in this situation before, and I told them the truth, and they told me
it wasn't my first time.
It was my first time.
Yeah.
Patrick, I've been in this situation before. Clearly, this wasn't the first time.
But the first time it happened to me, I didn't have drugs in the car.
Okay. That's a whole extra layer.
So like this time I had drugs. Last time I didn't. So I'm like, "Oh, I got lost." They're like, "Pull over." So this time I'm like, "They're gonna tell me to pull over. They're gonna tell me to pull over." So what did they do? They still told me to pull over. So as I went to pull over, I just said, maybe I should just leave and go back to Yuck Yucks at 180 kilometers an hour. And then I get there, I throw the drugs away, and I see Angelo. I'm like, "What do I do? What do I do?" He's like, "What do you mean? What do you do? Why did you do that?" He's yelling at my dad. Oh, what a great.
But I don't. You got lost.
Yeah.
Go to Niagara Falls.
You were the only one that was worried, though. Everybody else thought
I was worried.
He was worried. He thought like I was not. I left with these cops. He's like, "Manolis is never coming back." I didn't think I was coming back.
And I even told the guy, I said, "Look, man," and then Manolis, I'll never go. Manolis said to the guys, "Look, I had a gig, and if I didn't make the gig, I was losing my gig." I'm like, "Dude, you ran the border. They put people in jail."
I know.
And Manolis is like, "Dude, I had a gig. If I don't do the gig, I'm gonna as a comic.
Yeah.
I got to do it." I tell you, Mike, it was the funniest thing in the world. And you could see the cops looking at each other like
just didn't know what to do.
They did not know what to do. They didn't know.
No.
They gave him $200, and I told him, actually, the drugs, we hid them. I told Manolis, don't go back with them right away. Sure enough, remember Manolis, they waited for you after because they stopped them again.
Oh, wow.
And I said, they're going to stop you because they don't believe you, but you're so Manolis.
I sold the drugs at night for like barely anything. Just Tom stayed. Remember? Tom
stayed, man. The Manolis, man. Tom stayed, man.
All right. Let's get to our game. We actually play a game here on Friday at 4:20, Angelo. We have a little game. I have a Plinko board. You can't even see it there, but there's the Plinko board. It's all set up.
Okay.
Just like the Price is Right. And we have 12 random topics. So your first topic is topic number 6. So I pulled it out of the envelope. We're going to go around the board, get ready to weigh in. Angelo, your first topic on Friday at 4:20 on Funny 820. Are you for or against hunting?
Interesting. I grew up. My whole family were hunters. We had hunting dogs. I'm not a game eater. I don't like game things, and I don't like shooting innocent things.
Right.
So, although I grew up in a family of hunters, my dad, my uncles, my brother, I'm the only Greek who doesn't eat lamb. I like petting bunny rabbits. I'm against it. I don't like it.
Okay, excellent. I'm done. My neighbors cook lamb. Lamb is so good.
I know. I don't like it.
Wow. And Angelo, where were your family hunting? Like outside of Montreal, out in the
they would go up in the Laurentians, the Eastern Townships, and then when they were in Ottawa, they would go up in Algonquin. The certain areas, because there's certain times where you can go hunting for like partridge and jackrabbits.
Yeah.
And my dad was such a hunter. I remember he had a warehouse out in Ottawa South when we were kids, and we were driving in a '73 Caprice Classic, and he saw jackrabbits on the side of Albion Road. He pulled the car over, opened the trunk, and just started hauling off buckshot. I like, oh, he's crazy freaking Greek. Just shooting rabbits from the side of the road. Like,
that's awesome.
He was like just nuts,
Don't forget for or against hunting?
I don't know. I think if they're gonna eat what they kill, it's a little different. I am definitely against like people just killing elephants and posing with them and taking their.
I get what you're saying. That's a whole other level of hunting. Like I was kind of thinking more like hunting you do around here. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if they eat it, then at least there's some sort of purpose to it.
Some purpose, not just shooting guns.
I've never hunted before, but.
Manolis Zontanos, for or against hunting?
I'd be for hunting if it was me, like I was Rambo, and I was just trying to get away from everybody, because I think that'd be a lot of fun. But I'd be for hunting in the sense of like if we stopped producing actual like I couldn't buy a steak, so you could only hunt what you ate, period, and there was no other option.
You're gonna hunt cows, yeah.
Hey, Mike, make sure before Manolis goes hunting, you give him directions, or he'll cross the border to the USA.
I would love to see Angelo's dad, if cows were legally allowed to be hunted, just pull it over on the side of the highway.
Dude, he's crazy old Spartan. Like, I remember we were kids in the back. The old man saw a jackrabbit, just opens the trunk and just crazy,
Greek dads are just
they're nuts.
They're nuts.
Patrick Coppolino, this question for you on Friday at 4:20. Topic number 2: do men look good in hats? And then what kind of hats? And considering two of us have hats, be careful how you answer.
Yeah, this seems like you're fishing for compliments, Mike.
No. You know what? It's interesting. I mean, I wear a hat for a whole different reason. I don't wear a hat when I'm not working at the radio station. So, but anyway, you're wearing a hat right now. So what do you think?
I think hats look cool. I honestly, I don't know how I feel about the cowboy hat. I don't know. It looks good. It's you. It wouldn't be you without it now. But
that's kind of why I'm stuck with it. It's kind of became a thing that just became part of me. And when I don't wear it, all I end up talking about is why don't I have the hat on? So I just said, screw it, wear the damn thing. Yeah. But you don't mind a good hat, but it's got to be a nice chapeau.
Yeah, I like hats. I'm wearing a baseball cap right now, but I have a lot of these hats right here. I have like
the English taxi hat.
Yeah, I have like 5 of these.
Or the arms for the poor, sir. That kind of hat.
Yeah.
Manolo Santanos, what about you? Are you a hat guy? You like hats? No hats? Men with...
I'm not a hat guy, but I like the kind of hats Patrick have. I like those hats because it reminds me of like you see those old movies where someone's like delivering paper. I think like if I wore that hat, people could think like, oh, he looks like he can read, so I could trick people, on how smart I am. Like I think it makes you look smarter for some reason.
You look smarter with a hat. Wow, I've never heard anyone say that. Angelo, hats, yay or nay, my friend?
No, I'm a big hat fan. I like a nice fedora, a nice sun hat or a Greek cap. It depends. And hats are also indicative of one's mood, right? Like yours looks good on you. You can see it's part of your persona to wear that hat. But I like a nice fedora or something cool. Depends on my mood, So yeah, I'm a big hat guy. I think every man should have one good hat.
That actually sounds amazing.
Is Mike frozen on your guys' screen?
Is Mike there? Yeah. Hey, Mike, where are you?
I think he's having a seizure.
Is he having an IT seizure?
Oh no!
We're all talking. Where's Mike? Mike, you there, Mike?
He can probably hear us, maybe, but we can't hear him.
Touch the screen. Maybe he'll. This has never happened before.
Has it ever happened? I guess it's.
Oh no!
Because we're still talking to each other.
I'm the host now. Hold on, I got to invite him.
Hi,
now.
Pat.
Hey.
Angelo, you should.
Hey, Pat, are you? Hey, Pat, do you go to WSOP? Is that where you go, or is it in Canada you're doing it?
I actually haven't played live. Yeah, I'm playing online, like Poker Stars,
online,
GG Poker and stuff.
Okay, Poker Stars and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but once.
Yeah, I guess they can't. They're not going to have tournaments to get rid of.
Oh no! Now he's gone.
What the hell do we do, Patrick?
Angela, can you hear us? Oh no. We're live right now. We might have to.
The two of us aren't interesting enough to keep the show going.
Hold on. All right, everybody watching, we'll be back. We'll be right back.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Figures the guy who works for the guy who works for the big telecommunications company is the one whose internet craps out.
It happens. Funny, my neighbor downstairs thought his neighbor's jamming up his cell phone signal. So I live in America. They're all. I go, do you work with CSIS or CIA? He goes, I think you're jamming up my cell phone.
Awesome. All right. Should we just pick up where we left off?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do that. Friday at 420 continues. We had a little brief disruption, lack of internet, one of these Zoom calls where it just bails on you. Man, no wonder why everybody hates Zoom calls. We have Angelo Tsarouchas, our special guest. We have Manolo Santanos, Patrick Coppolino. And you know what? I don't know.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Fuck.
Man. What's going on with neighbors?
It's something... And he's the one that, hey, Manolis, is there a page for these guys on Facebook?
Oh, he's back.
Did I freeze up again?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you froze up again.
What's going on, dude?
Dude, I don't know, dude.
Your internet connection is unstable, it keeps saying.
Just like the Prime Minister of Canada. That's good. That's unstable.
Like his speech, Ange, just 30 seconds of silence.
I know. You know what? You know what the thing about Trudeau is, Manolis, here in America. My wife goes, "Oh, your prime minister's hot." That's all. They don't even know policy. Oh, yeah, I do him. He's hot. That's it.
Yeah, Canada,
he's a good-looking guy. So if you're hot. Yeah, he's got good. Oh, he's a good-looking dude, but they don't care. What about foreign policy and
you still got me?
Balancing the book?
Yep.
You there, Mike?
Okay. You know what? I'm just going to switch to mobile hotspot, and I'll charge this one to the company.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go, man. So is this being sponsored by Radio Shack? Who's sponsoring this Wi-Fi, Mike?
I work for a large telecommunications
company. I know you do. That's what I'm saying, man. What's happening to you? Did you guys not pay your bill? Is it Fido? I used to have Fido when I lived in Canada. If you missed a day, man, they call you up like the mob. Hey, this is Vinny. You didn't pay your Fido account. You got a baseball bat. We're gonna come down and say hello to you. You know,
have you talked, how's Russell?
He's all right, man. Our kids are playing social distancing.
Well, tell
he's
him,
going nuts too. We're all going nuts, man.
He said he'd do my show or do this show, but he won't get to me. Tell him to do it.
Yeah, but you know that's the way he is, man. You know he's got you got to get him on a day to do it. I'm sure he'll do. He loves you. He loves you. He'll do it.
I know he'll do it. I don't know. I gotta do it at 4 a.m.
Angelo, your next topic on Friday at 4:20. I think I've solved my internet issue. So, best cologne or perfume? Best cologne or perfume?
If I had
what do you love the smell?
Cologne, I love, for women, I love that one Poison, because it really, Poison for women, it matches their, depending on the woman, I think it's.
Oh, wow, yeah. You really love the name.
Comedy.
You love the name more than.
And for men, I have to say Old Spice is
the classic.
It's a classic. I use Old Spice. I mean, I like the Yves Saint Laurent or one of those others, but I gotta tell you, man, Old Spice Speed Stick, Old Spice Splash. You get one of those Christmas packs, you're getting laid nonstop, bro.
Because every woman says you smell like their dad. Yeah,
you smell like your dad, and if they have issues with the dad, Mike, then you know you're in. You know, it's
you're golden. Patrick Capolino, best perfume cologne.
I don't wear cologne, but the only cologne I know is Manolis showed it to me. Like when we first met, he's like, "Here, dude, you got to wear this. You'll get all the chicks." And it's called Pie.
Tide?
It's called Pie. Pie. P-I.
Oh, Pie. I thought you said, like Pie. P-I-E?
No, just P-I, like the...
Pie. Oh, like Pie.
Like the number, yeah. Yeah.
He's got it right there.
But he's like, you're going to get laid like crazy with this dude.
I think it's broken. It stopped working for me for some reason.
I think it's just rye in there now.
Yeah. Do you still use it, Manolis?
I've been using it for years. This girl dumped me, and I went to Sears. I'm like, what should I get? I'm heartbroken. The girl goes, this. I love this, and I like it. I like it. I like wearing Old Spice too because Angie's right. Like, if you want to find a girl with daddy issues, it's like that's like.
Just get Old Spice.
Just splash it on you. If they come to you, it's all.
That's not cool.
How's that song go?
Yeah, see, I don't like Old Spice because that's the deodorant that my mom's boyfriend uses, and he's a great guy now. Like, but before, when I was a kid, he was just the new guy banging my mom, so it made me not like that smell.
So basically, Patrick had daddy issues. So yeah, there you go.
God, yeah, it goes both ways, Mike. Yeah. Not just female, male also. It's equal.
Oh,
it's equal.
You're listening to Friday at 4:20. Our special guest, Angelo Tsarouchas from LA, and we've got Patrick Capolino, Manolis Santanos. Patrick, this topic for you: how old was your first girlfriend?
How old?
Oh man!
How old was she? Or how old was I?
Be careful, Patrick. Be careful.
How old was she? I don't need to know how old. How old was she? I'm gonna guess you were the same age or roughly, but
I think we were both 18, 17 or 18.
Great answer. No, 18. Wow. Good answer.
I didn't date anyone in high school. But I started dating a girl my first week at college. And I was 17, but she was older than me.
Angelo started in grade 4, but they were all still 18.
Grade 4. I had a crush. I was in 5th grade, grade 5. I had a crush on my teacher. And then, and you know, I think we all had that. You know, she was hot. And I think my first girlfriend for me, Mike, would have been, I would say I was like Patrick, probably in high school around 16, 17.
Okay.
16, 17. And we had same age. You know, just kissing and stuff. Nothing.
Angela, what grade? So was it your grade 5 teacher? Was that who it was that you had a crush on?
Mrs. Spilling. She was hot.
See, I had grade 5. I had Mrs. Bodkin and Mrs. Bodkin, and what a name! Mrs. Bodkin,
yeah, she was hot, man. I was, you know, that helped me through puberty. Spilling. If she's watching, I mean everything I just said. I mean it all.
Still interested.
We'll find her.
Yeah, she was really nice. Miss Spilling. She was really hot. I always had this fan that she's like, "Oh, Angelo, did you miss your bus? Yeah, here, I'll drive you home." And you know, I just, but that's just. Are we allowed to say that? Did I just say it? I don't know.
It's like
we're just talking, right, Mike? We're not, you know. I was 10, 11 years old. What the hell did I know?
Yeah, we're just talking. We're not live on Facebook and going to be on the radio on Friday. No worries.
These court orders.
No worries.
We heard you on 420. What did you say?
Manolo Santanos, how old was your first girlfriend? Not your last girlfriend.
Let's not talk about that.
The last one's probably worse.
It gets worse as I get older. I think I was 17, and I think she was 15. I might have been 16, but I think I was 17. I can't remember. She was 15. I was very embarrassed though. I was a virgin and she wasn't. So
wow.
And I lied to her because I was so embarrassed. My ego was like, you got to tell her that you're also not a virgin. And then when it came time to having sex, I realized I didn't know anything. So I was trying to like get in there, and as soon as I think I just touched her leg, and I was like, it was over. I didn't know what to do, so I just lied there all weird. I'm like, so ta-da.
But hey Manolis, now I see what your game now is. You got the blue glasses with the yellow shirt and the pie, so you look like a Swedish flag. How are you gonna get laid looking like that? I don't know.
Right? I usually have to do it myself, Ange.
You're like I've been with Manolis enough times, man. We have to plead the fifth on this question. Move on.
All right, we will move on. This question. You know what? This question is for Manolis. Manolis Zontanos, what's your dream car? Any car. What car are you driving in, man?
You know what, man? I got this when I was like 12 years old. My neighbor, he had this Corvette, this yellow Corvette. I think it might have been 1970s. And he took me for a ride one day. Nothing weird happened. And I was like 12. It was like, I just couldn't believe how cool I felt that day. It had T-roofs on it. I think that would be it. That was like...
You'd already established that nothing happened because you were a virgin a few years later, so...
That's hilarious.
I'm the guy who lost my virginity and kept it at the same time.
Lost my virginity in a yellow Corvette. Patrick Coppolino, dream car. What's your dream car?
I heard they're pretty awful as cars, but I've always wanted a DeLorean because of Back to the Future.
Oh, right.
They're so cool, the doors and everything.
Yeah, the wing doors.
Yeah.
There are other better cars that have wing doors. I would look into those first.
Yeah, but they weren't in Back to the Future.
Angelo, puffing on a cigar, a stogie. You're in LA, which is, you have to have a car in LA.
Yeah, you have to have a tough car.
What is the dream car to be cruising the strip in LA in, brother?
I like cars. I have to say a Maserati Quattroporte.
Oh,
that's a bad for me because I mean I like I've got in a Ferrari once and it took they had to bring the jaws of life to get me out of it because fat ass got vacuum sealed in. Those cars are made for anorexics or bulimics. So for a fat guy to get into a Porsche or a Maserati or what you call a Ferrari, forget it. But my friend had, he's a producer. He was a little drunk and he had a Maserati Quattroporte. Let me tell you, man, that car just had sex with the road as you were driving it. It was such a great car. So I said, if I ever get that kind of FU money, that's the car I would get. Yeah.
A Maserati Quattro.
Yeah.
Look that one
awesome
up, Patrick.
Car.
That might be better than your Marty McFly car.
The Marty McFly. I see some DeLoreans driving around LA.
I'm sure they are.
Them. Yeah, they still have them, So.
All right. Friday at 420, topic number 11. This one, we're back to all the way around to Angelo. Angelo, your topic on Friday at 420. Would you wait for a great parking spot? Would you just keep circling, or are you willing to just park anywhere and walk?
Look, having lived in Toronto and now London and then LA, yeah, I have the patience. I'll keep doing laps because usually by law of averages, you want to see blowouts. By the way, Mike, in parking lots, come to California, people just lose it. Like these women who are on Pilates and they just become these New Jersey truckers. Like, move your car! It's just going nuts, right? So I just kind of do the lap. I do the lap around. I'm usually lucky.
I was reading about there was an article about it was a story out of LA, but just to your point, and it was at one of those places where the people plug in their cars, and a fist fight broke out among four people because one guy was taking too long, and they had a fist fight. And they all are, Prius drivers. I mean,
yeah, Prius people. We hug trees and save whales, but we want to stab each other over a easy charging station. But these avocado eaters get on my nerves here anyway. So, who the hell eats avocado on toast for $15? So I know my wife. That's who. Anyway,
Patrick Coppolino. Would you drive around waiting for a primo parking spot, or are you just going to park? You don't care how far away it is. Just get.
Yeah, I'd waste the time that I could have just walked from a further parking spot looking for a better one. But I get a little peeved when I'm in a car with someone else driving. Like Manolis will park anywhere. He'll park. There will be so many spots up close, and he'll just pull to the most convenient, like the closest one to where he is right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Farther the better, buddy.
Yeah. He likes the walk.
That sounds like Manolis. I guess that's your answer, eh, Manolis? You just park. You don't care.
Well,
I don't care.
But
that's my answer.
He's got the golden pass in his car too.
What's that?
You have your mom's disability thing.
Yeah,
you use that all. He
uses
it all the time.
No wonder.
My mom's with me every time I use it, Patrick.
No, she's not with you when you use it with me.
You are my mother. That's why you wear that wig.
You're like, he's disabled. Well, you are kind of disabled.
That's why it's kind of a shared pass.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I've been to Crocodile Rock with Manolis, and he breaks out the pass, So whatever, Manolis.
That's my answer, Mike. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Let's see the park police argue with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to Tony's Gyro. What's it called in Hamilton?
Tony's Corner.
Tony's Corner. Manolis pulls up there like the baller, like Jay-Z, pulls up with the pass. They got curbside service for the Euros there. Hey, Manolis, what's up, bro?
They were happy to see you.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. Because I know those guys.
Yeah.
That's a great Euro, by the way, in Hamilton. Great Euro.
You gotta get you to do Levity.
Yeah. Well, I'm unemployed, so.
Angelo, how often have you played the Hamilton area? You've been through here a few times?
Many times. I mean, originally, Mike, I played at the Yuck Yucks at the Royal Connaught Hotel. And then over the years, I opened for Tom Jones at Hamilton Place.
Wow.
And with Manolis, we've done a lot of Greek fundraisers for the Greek community with Ephemios and Manolis. Dean DeMocco, we did a lot of them there. We did with Frank Spadone. We did the theater downtown, which I think is closed now, which is on Main Street. I can't remember the name of the place, but over the years, many times in Hamilton. I love Hamilton. It's we've had a lot of fun there.
Well, we can't wait to have you. We can't wait to have you back, man.
Yeah, I like going back there. And Hamilton's one of those places, Mike, where you have great shows all the time, and people love to they come out and support and laugh. It's and if you missed Tim Hortons, you just wait another block and a half. There's another one. So, I love it.
Listen, well, we got you talking. Let's share it with us. Maybe a story or something from your. I know you've done some big Hollywood productions, man. You've been part of some cool casts, some cool people you've met. Tell us a little bit something about that part of your life.
Okay. Lately, these films have been popping up, so I'm getting checks. And I was in a film called The Prince and Me with Julia Stiles.
Oh, yeah.
I play the guy. Remember that one? I play the guy who runs the Rathskeller, and the prince comes because she's a doctor, and he falls in love with her. And I'm the guy who hires them both. And then, as well as that film that's been coming out lately, they've been doing reruns of Mad Men and Blue Mountain State. So that's been popping up because I've been getting messages. But the most, Mike, is Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. And there's that famous scene when they get to the toll booth and John Cho and Cal Penn, they throw the money in the toll booth and it doesn't register. He says, just drive through, man. He goes, no, man, I don't want, they're rolling a fat joint. He goes, I don't want to break the law. And then behind them in a Tahoe is this loud Italian guy with the soccer ball screaming, move, you fucking laws! Move! And I was losing, when you're in a road rage, you say things that don't make sense. So we shot that scene at the Toronto Zoo, in the parking lot of the Toronto Zoo at 3:00 in the morning. Everybody thinks it's and they did the exteriors in Jersey. So Danny Leaner was the director, the same guy that did Dude, Where Is My Car? Remember that movie?
Cool.
Yeah.
Same guy. So he said, I don't know if the lines work, because it was like, move, you twat. And since we're on Facebook, I can say, so I said, what would you say if I said, when somebody gets really mad, he goes, do on your own. So and then when we shot this was 17 years ago, I said, move, you retarded cocksucker. And they said, no, we can't use that word. We can't use it. And then the movie came out. Guess what scene they used, guys? That's the one they used.
No,
because it didn't make sense. Yeah, so I couldn't say that now. But those guys, like Gino from Stony Creek. Hey, come on! Those guys. Those Italian guys that lose their shit in their trucks. So I just thought of those guys that lose it.
Yeah.
And he came up to you. I saw him at the premiere, and he goes, we audience responded to that better than everything else. Okay.
They responded to real life.
To real life, I think because the way he said it, it didn't make sense. But when people are having road rage, they say things that don't make sense, right? So you have to, in a weird way, as an actor, you got to capture that little moment. And I guess that day I got lucky.
You're listening to Friday at 4:20 on Funny 820. Our special guest, Angelo Tsarouchas. We've got Manolis and Patrick here. We got one more topic before we wrap up this episode. And I'm going to start with you, Patrick. You're on a deserted island. You could bring one celebrity female. Who are you bringing to your deserted island, Patrick?
Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis.
Good choice. Good choice.
Good choice. Good choice, boys. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Manolis, I'm afraid to ask.
You know this already, right? I'll give you 2 guesses.
What's the dude's name? What's the dude's name that Manolis brings to his island? You heard me.
Because it's the same person he said that he wanted to be quarantined with.
Oh, okay. No, I don't. Bailey Quarters?
No. Selma Hayek. Selma Hayek, right?
Yeah. Selma
Oh,
Hayek.
Selma Hayek.
Oh, yeah. She's hot, too, dude. She's hot.
Have you met Selma Hayek, Ange?
I met her at a film festival a couple of years ago. She's half Mexican, half Arabic.
I will make out with you just because you met her.
Oh, no, she's super hot, man, too. And I met Mila Kunis, too, actually.
Oh, really?
she comes into the cigar shop in Studio City before she had kids to get rolling papers.
I bet.
She's hot, awesome. She's super cool. She was super cool.
Yeah.
That is awesome. All right, Ange, we're leaving the best for last. You're on the desert island. All the celebrities you've met, who are you taking with you? You can't say your wife.
There's a lot of hot ones, dude, but Kate Beckinsale from the underworld. She is, forget about it. And I want her talking dirty to me in that British accent. You've been naughty, haven't you, Angelo? I'm like, oh, right there. I don't care, man. Right, my wife knows it because no, Kate Beckinsale is just effing hot, dude. She's like, wow. You know, it's like, I don't know what it is.
Have you met Kate Beckinsale?
No, I've only seen her. Believe it or not, I was with my wife, and we were at the Cheesecake Factory in the Grove, and she was walking by. And my wife looked at me going, I get it, right? I have a hot wife, but even my wife's like, I do her too. So they were all in on it. So but Kate Beckinsale, dude, she's, everybody goes, she's got a little older now. She's even better looking now than she was before.
Well, that's an excellent group of answers. A great way to finish up this special edition Zoom call Friday at 4:20. Angelo Tsarouchas, thank you so much for taking the time,
Thanks,
for hanging out with us, for telling us some great Manoli stories. We love Manoli stories.
We love Manolis, man. Come on, Manoli.
We all do. How do we follow you on social media? We encourage everyone to follow you on the Instagram.
Yeah, you can go to Instagram and Twitter is at Big Ange Comic, BIGANG Comic. On YouTube, it's youtube.com/Angelo Tsarouchas. Or on Facebook, it's Funny Greek, or go to my website, funnygreek.com, because nobody can spell Tsarouchas. So funnygreek.com. Funnygreek.com, and all the links are there.
You know what? We should send Manolis to funnygreek.com so he can learn some Greek.
Some Greek. You know, he understands it. But he's
I understand more than you think I would.
Yeah, okay, Manolis.
Manoli, is there anything you want to say to wrap up this edition of the show?
3 things.
Yes.
Quickly. Ange, next week's our 100 episode. Is it possible?
Nice.
Can you I'm trying to get Russell to link up with me. Can you talk?
Dude, seriously? You brought me on the show so you can ask me to ask Russell, man. Seriously? No, I'm kidding.
No. We brought you on because we wanted to be
And just kidding. And just kidding. Everything's fine.
I'll leave Manolis. He goes, yeah, it was great having you in the show, Ange. By the way, can you get Russell on the show?
Could you get us?
Listen, I'm going to talk to him. I'll talk to him because, if I get Kate Beckinsale, I'm coming back on. But no problem. I think Russell already told me you talked to him. He wants. So what I'll do is I'll tell him he's just starting to do a small club this week in San Diego. So next week for your 100th anniversary, 100th show, I'll talk to him and maybe get him on.
Come on with him if you want. You guys come
on. No. That's okay. I'm just saying Tuesday at 4:00. I'll tell him. And then say, hey, man, they want you on for the 100th episode for this thing. So he'll do it. He'll do it.
Tell him anytime. He doesn't text me back. He'll text me here and there, but anytime.
He never,
All right.
Okay. And, happy birthday to Ryan Sims. And my buddy, store's open, Vintage Soul Geek. Go shop there. That's it. I'm done.
Vintage Soul Geek. Okay. Fantastic. Patrick Coppolino, Levity Comedy Club, still closed?
Still closed, yes. And we actually have... we started a GoFundMe, too, to just help with when we do reopen.
Good.
I'm not entirely sure when that is, but you can go to levitycomedyclub.com. There's a link to our GoFundMe page. So every little bit helps. Everyone's been super awesome. It's been up for 3 days. We've hit 30% of our goal already. So,
great.
So go there. And then hopefully when we open, we'll have Andrew. We'd love to have you at the club. That'd be awesome.
Love to go there, Patrick. And support. We need those clubs open, man. It's good for everybody, the environment. And I heard you got a great club there, Pat. So I want to let's do it.
For sure.
Yes,
for sure.
We can't wait to have you back in Hamilton, Ange. We'll blow it all up. We'll have you back on Funny 820. We'll make sure we get
fun. 100%.
Awesome. By the way, Ange, if you wouldn't mind just mentioning to Russell Peters if he could give something to the GoFundMe page, that'd be great. Thank you.
That'd be good. Well, if anybody can, Mike, he can. No problem. And let's get him. Look, I promise I'll give him a call because sometimes he doesn't respond. He's, it's Russell. And
So,
but we'll I'll get him a call and get him on for the 100th show for you guys. I think he'd like to do this. It'd be great.
we would love it. You're number 99 in our hearts, buddy. So
There
you're
you go.
Wayne.
I'm the Wayne Gretzky, man.
You're
I'm
Gretzky.
honored.
That doesn't
I'm happy
get
about that.
it doesn't get better than that.
No way.
Angelo Tsarouchas, our very special guest on this Friday at 420. Patrick Manolis, always fun hanging out with you. But most of all, thank you to all of the listeners who listen to this show and who go to our Facebook page, check out previous episodes. Let's look up Friday at 420. Any podcast service has Friday at 420. Look up the old shows. We got some great stuff there for you. And until we get to talk to you again in a week's time, have an awesome weekend.
Bye, guys.